So just underneath box B is box F, and that's where these are. Claire actually said to me the other day, she said she hates the listing more than anything else, and that she literally sometimes was almost falling asleep doing it, and I was like, I thought that was just me. It just leads me on to very briefly, is Toys R Us coming back to the UK?
Fylde Flips.
Hi, welcome to the video. I'm Mike, Fylde Flips. I'm a reseller based in northwest England. Today we have 25 items going out. There might be a few more. There's a couple that people have bought that they've not paid for yet, so we'll see if they pay by the end of the video. But for now, at least 25 items. Let's get the stuff picked. We've got a load of stuff in here and a few items from downstairs. So yeah, check it out in here right now. It's looking pretty full. It is. I know I've said in the not too distant past that I was going to kind of try and make this a usable room again, so it could be used for stock but also be used as like a little kind of gaming room. Well, it's not quite happened. This is all stock here, and hey, it's just the way it is. We have had a bit of a sort out. All my kind of gaming consoles are now kind of a bit more accessible for testing stuff, and Claire actually has been through and relabeled all of these shelves, so everything should be a little bit easier to find. So I don't do these what sold videos too often because people don't tend to enjoy them as much. I can tell just from the amount of likes and the amount of people who actually click on the video to watch it. It's nowhere near as much as as many people as the boot sale videos, not even close. So you know, I'm going to spend my most time making the videos that people actually want to watch. So I'm still going to do these videos now and again, especially when there's a load of stuff featured that I've picked up in the last kind of couple of months or so. A lot of this stuff if you've been watching the boot sale videos for a little while, you'll recognise a good amount of this stuff from my last few videos. So Monday morning, I tend to pick stuff now on the Monday morning, get it shipped out today. Once upon a time, when I was part-time, I would do it all on a Sunday. I would, you know, spend the late afternoon, early evening, packaging everything up. But I tend to kind of keep that time as family time now. Try not to do too much work on a Sunday. Do it on a Monday instead. Makes more sense. You know, gives me a little break on a Sunday, because when you're self-employed full-time like I am now, it's, you know, it can be difficult to kind of stop, do you know what I mean? And you need to stop. You can't just keep going forever. So yeah, Sunday is my day of rest for the most part, unless I hit a boot sale obviously. But even then, when I get back from the boot sale and I've done, you know, my bits of camera, that's it. I'm like everything goes away, camera goes away, that's it. Break, you know, for the rest of the day, and then, you know, start again Monday morning. So recently I've been buying Emma Bridgewater stuff. I'm not going to show you what's in these boxes. It's not this. This is a previous Emma Bridgewater buy that I did. Still got a few of these left, but they've done quite well. I mean, you know, you're buying Emma Bridgewater stuff, even if you're buying it cheap, clearance prices, you're still not going to be making a huge amount of money for the most part on this stuff. And you got to, you know, you got to know that going into it. And I know that. But I've done okay with a few bits before, enough to kind of buy certain things, very certain things. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say on this. But yeah, it's hopefully it pays off. We will see. Maybe I'll do a video about it at some point in the future, but I don't plan on doing right now, at least. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we'll start with this. Carmageddon on the PC. In fact, Carmageddon 2. $7.99, free postage, and that will be down here with the PC games. Carmageddon 2, there it is. It's one of these sold out game versions of it. Next is these Skylanders little set. I got $17.99 for them, sent an offer out, and they are just down there, so I will grab them. So they're all in here. And this is what I mean about buying these bags. I bought this bag separately to the Skylanders, and I buy them when they're cheap, and then it just makes a nice little bundle it together. It just makes your listing stand out. There they are. Still got quite a few Skylanders in there. I only pick them up when the deal is right, when it's very like particular ones, or when I can get a big massive bundle of them for really cheap. Otherwise I do not bother. And do you know, I don't tend to see them as often as I used to either. They do still sell, but it's a background thing. You know, they sell slowly in the background. There's a few things like that, and you know, that's fine with me. They just sit there in the corner, minding their own business, until eventually they sell. $17.99 plus postage, you know, not a bad price, I don't think. Next is this. I've been running a few auctions, and this only went for 99p. £4 postage though, and it'll only cost me 3, so I'm making a little bit to there, but obviously not a lot. Didn't pay a lot for it from a boot sale. I think it was 50p. And yeah, it was just one of those things that you think is going to be all right, but it's not. It wasn't. These imposter puzzles, for the most part, I found don't really sell. And this should be up here. Not everything is going to be a win in reselling, but you learn from your mistakes, and that's all you can really do, isn't it? Where is it? There it is. It's brand new sealed. And next is this. This was actually ours. It's a bundle bean fleece baby wearing / pram like cover, and it went for £15 plus postage. Not actually put this away yet. Just here. Lots of fond memories of this, my kids wearing it when they were younger, or being in it. Yeah, my kids no longer need this kind of thing, so time to let it go. This right here, vintage 1996 Crazy Crow hand puppet. It went for £13.99 plus postage, and I picked this up for £1 recently at a boot sale. It was the one where the sellers had a van, and in the back of the van was a massive owl, and the front of the van, I don't think I managed to get that on film, but they had like some kind of falcon or kestrel or something, I don't know. But they sold me a couple of things. This was one of them, and a little bit of interest in this, more than I thought there would be. And then somebody's come and bought it for £13.99 plus postage, and it's just in here. There it is. Still has its tag. Don't know if I class this as new or not. Let me see. It wasn't in very good condition. I don't think I did. No, I put it as used, I think, because it had a little mark on its beak somewhere, which I did try and remove, but I couldn't get it off. So next is this. It's an Age of Empires 3 Collector's Edition pack. Now, I got this from a charity shop not too long ago. It was this year. It was just before I went full time, I think, as a reseller. And it was up for 10 quid, so I paid 10 quid for it, which I knew was paying up at the time. And when after getting it home and checking it out and everything, it actually turned out that the actual game was missing, but everything else was there. Now, the game you can pick up for like a couple of quid on eBay or something. It's not expensive. It's everything else though that is, you know, the good stuff. You got like an art book, really cool looking art book, and that's what I've done on this. I kind of bigged up everything you do get, and obviously mention what you don't get. But you know, for any collectors out there, it's this kind of stuff that they want, isn't it? You got the soundtrack, the making of, and a demo disc, and all sorts of stuff. Everything else was there, just the actual game that wasn't, unfortunately. And I could have taken it back to the shop. I did consider it, but nah, I didn't in the end. I kind of thought I was going to hang on to it myself, to be honest, but yeah, I'm going to let it go on this one. Age of Empires 3, to be honest, was not really my thing. Age of Empires 1, yes. Age of Empires 2, yes. Age of Empires 3, no, not really. Didn't really play it much. Wasn't as good as the first two, in my opinion. £18.50 plus postage, so obviously that's not a lot of profit there. £10 into £18.50 plus postage, but it's still a profit. 5-6 quid, something like that. That will have to do on this one. So if the game was there, it probably would have gone more like kind of 22 to 25. A couple more video games. Only just listed this just before the weekend, and it sold I think the next day for the full asking price is £9.99, free postage, which isn't bad on this. It was in very good condition though with its manual, and I've not even put it away yet because I'd only just brought it into the room. Where is it? Yeah, it's just here. This stuff is not permanently staying here, by the way. All this stuff stacked up, it's just, I've just literally brought it up and I've just not got around to putting it away yet. We do have a bit of room in these boxes now, and a bit of room on a couple of these shelves as well down here. So there is room for it, but I've just not got around to putting it away yet. So it's just stacked up here for now. There it is, that one. Yeah, as well as that one that I just picked. This as well, I've only just listed before the weekend, and this is sold quickly for £19.99 plus postage. I've just recently picked up this from a subscriber who did it for £2, I think he did. I think it was £2. That I got for 50p, and then that I got for £2. So I'm £4.50 into the lot, and I got 20 quid plus postage, which I think is pretty good. This doesn't really sell that well by itself. That doesn't really sell that well by itself, and these zappers don't really sell well by themselves, but you stick them together and sometimes it works out, and that's what I did on this. And they are just here. There it is, small parcel, £3 is what I've charged for the postage, and that's how much it will cost me with raw mail. Next we got these DVDs. Now, do you remember last year I bought a load of these, like a big bundle of these for really cheap from a charity shop? I think I've got, was it 3 for £1, 4 for £1, something like that. They were really cheap. Some of them are brand new, some of them are used. It's these DVDs, kids DVDs with like this handle. I think they're originally Australian, a lot of them are, but they also work for the most part, from most of the ones that I've had, they work in the UK as well. And some of the stuff, some of the titles I think are quite rare to the UK, not so much these ones, which I think is why they have hung around a while. I was selling these ones individually, but I got down to my very last few, and I thought I'd bundle up what I had left, which is these 5, and they sold almost immediately to a repeat buyer. So it might be somebody who's bought these DVDs off me before. And 20 quid plus postage, or have I done free postage? Free postage I've done on these. Next is this teddy bear. It's an RAF regiment teddy bear. I've got a lot of family who are in the RAF. My granddad, my dad, my uncle, all in the RAF. So when I saw this little guy with his little hat on, like the one my dad used to wear back in the day, I kind of, yeah, I was like, go on. Even though he had issues, got like paint on his like mouth, he's got paint in a couple of places. I tried to get it out. I washed his clothing, couldn't get it out. He had a few like little marks here and there, but put him up at 15 quid plus postage, and somebody bought him within about 2 or 3 weeks. So somebody else likes him as much as I do, and he is just down here. Even though he has his issues, you know, he's still done okay. It's quite a decent quality bear. I think I paid 50p or £1 for it at a boot sale, something like that. It wasn't a lot, and it's quite a recent boot sale as well. Next we have these 2 items, bag and umbrella, from a series of books called Puddle Lane. It's not something I remembered, I just really liked the cool kind of 80s graphics on it. A few people out there, when I put it in my video, said that they remember it from back in the day. And yeah, I didn't pay a lot for these at all. What was it? Was it £1 each? 2 for 3 quid, something like that. It wasn't a lot. And sold for £24.99 plus postage, so you know, not a crazy amount. Had quite a lot of interest in it though, but nobody wanted to pay a higher price. I did have it up, I think, at about 40 at one point. Bit of interest, but yeah, too much, I think. Yeah, I just love picking up this old, like, you know, 70s, 80s, 90s vintage stuff. I can see somebody displaying this. You'd open up the umbrella and have it like kind of sat there amongst the display. I don't know. I presume that's what people are going to do with it, and they're not going to actually try and use it. The umbrella's not in fantastic condition. There's a few little holes and stuff, again, fully declared. So it's not, you're not going to want to actually use that umbrella for its main purpose. As I mentioned before, I've been auctioning off quite a few items. and a few of the items were ties. This buyer actually bought a similar tie off me about a week ago, and they've gone and bought another one. 99p plus postage, not a lot. Not sure where I got this one from either, cannot remember at this stage. I've probably not made any money on this one though, to be honest. But you know, you try these things, sometimes it doesn't work out, you just want to clear it. In the end, nobody was really interested in this one. There it is. Right there, it'll go as a large letter. It's really light, so it won't cost a lot to send. Next we have this brand new Emma Bridgewater tea towel, £9.99, free postage is what I got for it. And I actually got 2 tea towels free when I bought some of this stuff you can see here from Emma Bridgewater. They were doing a deal where if you spend over a certain amount, you get a free tie. So I did that twice, got 2 free tea towels. The first one is already gone, that went for about the same price. And this one has now gone as well, so it owes me nothing. I was going to buy the stuff anyway, whether I got a free tea towel or not. It's just down here in B, so 1 second, I'll grab it. There it is. In B, we have this kind of lunchbox right here. And they still sell these in Asda actually. I saw one the other day, and I think you get a load of like little toy dinosaurs in it from Asda. I think it's around the same price as what I've charged for this one, to be honest. £6.99 plus postage. I paid 20p for this from the first boot sale of the year. So just underneath box B is box F, and that's where these are. I've sold these for £36.99 plus postage, and so £39.99 all in. Bought these for a £5 from a recent boot sale. I'm hoping they're easy to get to. They are. There they are. As you can see, a bit bigger than your average. They'll look really cool. They would have looked cool like here next to my old Super Nintendo, like either side, but you know, you can't keep everything you find, right? Off to a new home. Quite a bit of interest in these since the day I listed them. I did have them up at $44.99. Sent an offer out of $36.99, and somebody accepted, so that's enough for me. That'll do. So I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I appreciate everybody watching these videos, especially these ones, to be honest, because not as many people come and watch these, and I think it's important to show you a bit of everything to do reselling. If my channel was just boot sales all the time, then I just don't think that's, you know, quite right. It's not showing the whole picture, it's just showing me picking stuff up. It's not actually showing me selling the stuff. You know, granted, I could maybe put a bit more of this kind of thing into my boot sale videos. I could do, but often they're really long as it is, so it'd mean making them even longer, which some people like, I know, but not everybody. So yeah, that's my thoughts behind it, but I appreciate everybody who comes and watches these videos. And you know, let me know down in the comments the kind of videos you like, because it does affect, you know, what you guys say in the comments, the kind of videos you're after. It does affect to some extent, you know, what I'm going to make. If everybody prefers you know, this kind of thing, I'll do more of them. I know a few people out there recently have said that they really enjoyed the charity shop videos, which I never used to get. Like, not a lot of people used to really say that to me. So you know, I will try my best to kind of keep them going, although it tends to be more as we come towards the end of the boot sale season. I go out and hit the charity shops more than I do like right now, and that's when, you know, obviously the videos like that come around more. Anyway, let's carry on with the video. I've got 2 more items to pick that are just down here. Let's grab them and then we can head down to the sheds and I can get a bit cooler. It's boiling in here. Let's head down to the sheds in just a minute, cool off and grab a drink and grab the stuff from down there. Let's go. So I'll show you the items that I am getting first, and I'll grab them in a second because they're a bit difficult to get to down there. I got £5 plus postage on these. I bought a load of comic books, old comic books from a charity shop a good while ago. Some of them sold pretty quickly, some of them have just hung around for a bit longer than I would like. I just kind of lowered the price on a lot of this stuff just to clear it. £5, I think I had them up at 8, they offered 5. And these two Mandy comics from the 80s, £2 plus postage. Yes, I know, it's not a lot. Didn't pay a lot for them. These are just like the dregs of, you know, what I have left. There we go. That's two. That's the two. And then I think this is the other lot. Yeah. So they should all go as letters, large letters. So there you go. Very vintage looking. Is there a year on these? 1982. Anybody used to read these? This was before I was born, so yeah, don't remember this one myself. So that is everything. Let's go head downstairs, see what we've got down there. Just wanted to quickly show you this. This was in a recent video. Picked a few of these up, and how cool are they? I think they're really, really cool. We've actually kept one because, you know, why not? Why not? I just wish I had the little Toys R Us one there. Where is it? Just there. In fact, I wish I had the whole set, but if you want the whole set, quite expensive out there. It just leads me on to, very briefly, is Toys R Us coming back to the UK? I've heard rumours that it's coming back. Is that right? I know that it is in America again, in certain areas. I watch, who was it now? Somebody on YouTube. I'm sure it was Sean and Charlotte from the Sandbrook Adventures, also known as Theme Park Worldwide, and I'm sure they were in a Toys R Us in one of their vlogs that they did. I'm sure they were, and they mentioned it, and my partner had already mentioned that it was coming back soon. And yeah, I don't know, anybody know anything about that? Is it just an online presence? Is it, are they coming back with physical stores? Are they going to be like a concession in other stores that already exist? Who is it that owns them these days? Yeah, not sure. Let me know if you know anything about that. I'd be interested to know. Do you think they can make it now with Smith's Toys being like almost kind of like their replacement? I know Smith's Toys have been around for a while and they were both around at the same time, but they've kind of come in and filled that void now, haven't they? That, you know, Smith's Toys are very much like what Toys R Us were like back in the heyday. So interesting to think about. We'll see. It can only be good for like the consumers out there, for the everyday people like you and me. You know, another company like that on the high street can only be a good thing for everyone. Right, so next we have this Port Merion cookie jar. Got this from a recent boot sale for, was it £4, £3, something like that, and not taking long to sell this at all. I didn't think it would either. It's one where this particular design is maybe not quite as popular as some of the others, but nobody else out there at the time of listing it anyway has this exact jar in this kind of size with this design. I found others same size, different design. Found some that were thinner, same design. They weren't worth much. I thought I'd aim high with this one. Did have a bit of interest straight out the gate, but then nobody kind of teetered off of it. Nobody was really, you know, wasn't getting much views or anything after that. So I'm trying to balance everything here. There we go. And somebody offered like 30, and I was like, I'm sorry, but 35 is my minimum on it, and they accepted 35. So I knew it was going to be worth at least that. Next we have these two Kellogg's cornflake bowls. £13.50 is what I got for them. Bought these from a friend from a boot sale recently. Thank you very much again for selling me these. He did me a load of ceramics for 20 quid, and yeah, these are sold very quickly. Got a couple over there which have been listed for a while, but it's not them that are sold, it's these ones which I could not find. I've been looking everywhere for these bloody things, but here they are. Good condition, good portion of what I spent back, and then I've still got loads of stuff. In fact, I think he sold me this set here, and then a load of other stuff. Can't remember exactly what now, but he did me a good deal. And then I think there's one more item in here, biscuit jar. Let me see. Yeah, this biscuit jar went for £13.50 plus postage. It's quite a nice one. It's like a wide bottomed one, a nice wooden chunky lid, and it's kind of buried just down there. paid £1 for this, if I remember rightly, from a boot sale. It was either very early boot sale this year or one of the last ones last year. But that's what it is. £13.50 plus postage. You know, £11 profit on that. That'll do. So into the second shed, or should this be the first shed? I guess this should be the first shed, right? The big shed. Let's call it the big shed. That's what it is. And it's looking, it's fairly organised. I have kind of come in here and had a bit of a sort out. I know it doesn't maybe look like it right now. I've still got quite a lot of things to go through. But this is looking a bit kind of emptier than usual. We've been selling mugs. But all this stuff is to be listed. I've got a few duplicates of stuff like this bread bin. I don't really like having duplicates for sale at the same time. I'll tend to like wait for, you know, for the one to sell, and then I'll list the other one up. Pre-owned, you know, the condition's always different, so you can't usually just put like another one on the listing. You can't really do that. You know, I could do a completely separate listing, have two for sale at the same time. I just don't like doing it. I do it sometimes, but I don't like doing it. I've got a load of Harrods bears in here, not touched these yet. These are great for Christmas. So there's just a few items from in here. And first is these. This is the last ones, the last two of all of these that I got from the boot sale. How many of them did I get? I can't remember now off the top of my head, but there were a lot and they've been selling well. These two went for 10 quid plus postage. I've been selling them in threes, so yeah, they've done all right. I only paid what, less than £2 per item, and I got a load of tapes. They're all on here. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I do have a couple of local contacts that buy tapes, so I might hit them up and see if they want them all for like a cheap price. There's a couple of good ones amongst them, like this Clash one right here. I might pick out a couple of the better ones, but for the most part I'm not interested. I just want to kind of move them now. I've got all these in here as well, and I've got, I think, a box somewhere of more. You might have that one there. So yeah, this stuff, it's just a bonus. You know, I've made my money, made my profit on the cases themselves. So where are these last two cases? There they are. I did have them all stacked up here. This is the last two. They are empty already. I've emptied them out, and that's it. They're in really good condition. What I do still have is one of them. That's like an old vintage one. I've got another one in here somewhere, and I've got a couple of these like old vintage like retro 80s cases as well, which don't do as well. These ones seem to be popular for some reason, not entirely sure why. Next is this Tupperware steamer, good condition. This one just up there, £12.99 plus postage. I think I had it up at £15.99. Accepted an offer, or maybe I sent an offer out for £12.99, and there it is. Simple. It will go into one of these eBay boxes. Just lightweight, easy. You know, how much did I pay for it? I think it was £1 from a boot sale. Next is this mug. It's a nice vintage lava drippy glaze honeycomb, whatever you want to call it, mug. Nice condition, and it is just here. I did find it first before shooting this bit of the video, otherwise I'll be there looking for it for an hour. I've got these mugs. I've got some down there. I had no idea when this was from. I just want to make sure this is definitely the same one. Yes, it's got the three kind of ribbed bits there, and like a brown bit on the handle, like that. Yeah, that is it. Not bad. Not sure where I got this one from, really do not know. Possibly part of a big mug bundle, possibly just purchased it outright by itself. Usually you can pick up this kind of thing from a boot sale for like 50p a go. Not a lot. Even in the charity shops they're not usually a lot either. But usually this kind of design usually does pretty well. I put this up for auction 99p plus £4 postage, and that's what it's gone for. And had this for ages, no interest really, so I thought it would because it said the duck and everything, but nope. And funnily enough, this is weird, but the mug I just picked, just below it, there it is. That was right below the mug I just picked. So, a bit weird, but there you go. So this is the last item I am picking, and also the last one of these I actually have. It's in a box over here. These have done really well. I've been selling them in threes. They were going for like between 25 and 30 pounds. I had 2 left, so I changed it to a single listing, and I sold 1 last week, and then I was like, right, I'm gonna cancel that. I'm gonna keep this last glass for myself because I really like the look of them. But I forgot to do it, and it's sold, and I was like, oh well, not to worry. Maybe I'll come across them again at some point in time. They're just really nice, funky colours. So that's it. That's everything. That's 25 items right there. I'm gonna grab my boxes. Claire has done me a very handy box list, which really does help actually. Let me see, what do I need? Yes, very good. I only need 2 larger boxes, which is good because we are getting a little bit low on some of the larger boxes. We've got loads of like the smaller boxes. We tend to use our voucher. If you got a medium tier store on eBay, you get a voucher. It's only £10 a month, but you know, we use it every month, and I tend to buy a few extra, and it still works out as a reasonable price. Like they are expensive compared to other ones, but if you kind of buy them in the right way in quantities, like the right amount of quantity, then it's not too bad. It's actually quite reasonable. Yeah, a lot of these boxes are still from when I worked at my full-time job. A few of these are still from there, and now when I do find them out there, you know, larger boxes, I always pick them up. So if I'm in the supermarket and they have larger boxes, I pick them up. I've got a couple of friends who have been very kindly supplying me with boxes when they get them, and I've had offers. In fact, I've actually even had to turn a couple of people down recently who have said that they've got some boxes for me because I kind of got people offering them all over the place, which is fantastic. And at the time, I just didn't have enough room for them. But now I'm kind of dwindling a little bit. So I've actually got a supermarket that's close by, a couple of friends who work there, and they said they'll sort us out with some regular boxes when we want them. So I think I'm gonna do that, and then get, you know, every week or 2 or something, maybe they can save them for me, and we'll do that. Like coming into Christmas, we will definitely need that. We're gonna need the extra boxes. I would say, like for most things, they fit in these kind of boxes up here, which we're fine for. It's these larger boxes. When we sell like a bread bin, it goes in this kind of box right here, that kind of size, which, you know, if you're gonna pay for a box like that, that would cost quite a lot of money. Anyway, I'm gonna head in and get this stuff packaged up. My partner's out at the moment swimming, and she was kind of like, any chance, you know, get the ceramics done before I get back? Like jokingly. And I was like, I'll try, but she's going to be back in about 15 minutes, and I don't think that's going to happen. But at least if I'm on with it, she'll be all right. She'll be all right anyway, I'm joking. Claire is, you know, I've said before, some people, if you knew, Claire and I do this together. She's not, you know, doesn't want to get involved with like the whole YouTube side of things, which I get, although I'm working on that a little bit. But we both do this business now. I source most of the stuff, but we both put a lot of effort into it. But that's it for now. Thank you very much. I'm going to spend the next 3 hours packaging up this stuff. It's probably the worst part of reselling is doing all the packaging, if I'm being honest. I don't mind everything else too much, even like the listing, which can be a bit laborious at times. Claire actually said to me the other day, she said she hates the listing more than anything else, and that she literally sometimes was almost falling asleep doing it, and I was like, I thought that was just me. Anybody else out there almost falling asleep doing your listing? Yes, once you've got to like your 20th item in a row, it can get a bit like that sometimes, can't it? I find. And Claire is the same, and yeah, I thought it was just me, but maybe it's everyone. It just all the stuff you have to fill in, it's just, it can be a bit of a headache, but it is what it is. You know, there's nothing like eBay out there. Not really, for the kind of stuff I sell anyway. It is the best place for the stuff I sell. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this one there. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching. If you could hit the like button, that'd be great. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'll see you in the next one.